Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Welcome back for another video. Should you sell your gold? That is the topic today. Before we start though, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you already haven't. I also have some exciting news. I launched a second channel called Coin Conspiracy. The link will be in the description. It's more of a news type channel that you can stay informed on the precious metals and cryptocurrency world. So if you just want to support me or just support precious metals or are focused or interested in the world of precious metals, go subscribe to that channel. I'll post probably 2-3 times a week on there as well. But anyways, we're talking about gold today. We see gold breaking out. It finally broke out of that $1,400 bubble. It was stuck around $1,370 for so long. These are the highest prices we've seen in 2019. Right now, currently, gold is at $1,410. That's the bid price. So it broke out past 1,400, and I'm curious to see where it goes since it finally broke through that resistance. There was so much resistance at 1,400, and this is exciting to see that it finally is appreciating above that, and I'm curious to see where it goes. But now the question is, are people going to start selling their gold? Because usually when it breaks through resistance and it's finally appreciating or peaking, that means it's usually going to have a correction or fluctuate back down to probably 1,370 or 50 range. So if you want to make that profit, you have to sell your gold. Well, I'm here to share my opinion on this. Like I always say, I'm not a financial advisor, but I try to share my experience and my thoughts on certain subjects. And what I would do, if anything, would be to trade my gold for silver, because the gold to silver ratio is around 92 to 1 right now. So that means you can get 92 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. So if I have 1 ounce of gold and gold is gapping the gold to silver ratio or fluctuating it higher, then you can get much more silver for 1 ounce of gold right now than you could have last year when the ratio was like 80 to 1 or 85 to 1. You would have only been able to get 85 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. Right now you can get 92 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. So what you can do is trade in your 1 ounce of gold for 92 ounces of silver, and then maybe 3-4 months down the line, if the ratio goes back to 85 to 1, then you can trade 85 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold, and then you still have that 7 extra ounces of silver that you just basically got for free. So you can use the gold to silver ratio in your advantage to either make free gold or make free silver just by selling and trading at the right times. But the only thing is, it's extremely hard to tell when the best time is, because maybe if you would have waited a little longer, the ratio would get even larger, like 95 to 1. But that would be incredible. That ratio is extremely out of whack. It's really unbalanced, and silver is extremely undervalued right now. That's also something to take note of. When the gold to silver ratio is is this unbalanced, this either means that gold is extremely overpriced or silver is extremely underpriced. And I feel like in this case, silver is extremely underpriced. Gold could, the real value of gold could be around that, 1,400–1,500. That could be a natural price for it. I mean, it's used a lot more in commodity type of commodity aspect or focal point. It's in a lot of jewelry. I mean, it is using technology and stuff, but at very small amounts compared to bars and necklaces and wedding bands, etc., where silver is much more of an industrial metal used more as an asset. People actually need it in the technology. So for silver to be this cheap, 1 ounce of silver right now is going for $15.29. You can see that's extremely underpriced. So I wouldn't be selling my gold for fiat currency. What I would be doing is trading it for silver. But there is a different market from people who invest in gold and silver. gold is a similar market, compared to other markets like stocks or even, ETFs, or options markets. If you want to go into the even, silver certificates or paper stocks, physical bullion is a different direction you can go. But even going a step further than that, gold and silver are different markets themselves as well. If you are looking for more of a long-term investment, then gold could be the way to go. I mean, you can store much more wealth in a smaller area compared to silver, which can be beneficial, especially, people are putting tens of thousands of dollars into precious metals. That you would need a lot of room in your safe, or a lot of storage space to store that much silver somewhere. But with gold, you can hold tens of thousands of dollars in a shoebox. So that can be a beneficial factor if you are in precious metals, especially investing that much money. The markets work similar, but I do think that since gold is appreciating, I do think silver will follow suit eventually. I just don't know when. There's also stuff going on right now in the world of precious metals where Merrill Lynch was caught manipulating trillions of dollars in the silver ETFs and stuff, doing fake or false buy and sell orders on these markets and then canceling them. So this is what they were doing. So if you're on an exchange, hopefully you guys know how exchanges work. What you can do is you can buy silver or gold on an exchange. You don't actually own it, but you own like a stock of it, basically like a stock. And you can place buy and sell orders. So let's say you wanted to buy, if silver hits $17, you automatically on your account will buy, you know, 50 ounces of silver, etc., or gold or whatever. And you can also do sell orders, like you can hold them out, and if gold or silver reaches below blah blah blah, you can sell it to someone else on the exchange. So what they were doing was placing trillions of dollars in these buy orders on these exchanges, looking like silver is getting bought up rapidly, and then so then other people on the exchange see silver being bought out, and it looks like there's all these orders being placed, and then they cancel the orders, which makes other people, think that silver is growing and everyone's putting money into it, but then they cancel the order, so other people are seeing fake hype, a false flag, thinking that silver's getting bought up and everyone's putting all this money into it, when really they weren't. So they were manipulating people to think that silver was a much bigger market, or growing rapidly, and that was influencing other people to put their money in or take their money out. So they were tricking people into thinking that this was, a real thing. Then they canceled the order, and no money, none of that, zero of those dollars ever actually placed the order, or on that exchange bought a share. And that is extremely foul play. That's very illegal, and I'm glad that they caught them doing this, because it was going on for years. And this type of stuff can affect markets in dramatic ways. Silver and gold don't only have influential prices from the industrial use or the miners, or how much, surplus is going into the market or in the economy, but, this type of stuff does too. Social media nowadays influences heavily on investing. People all day are on, checking gold, silver prices, stocks, what's happening in the economy, the financial system, the strength of the dollar, and if fear and speculation are going out there too, that can prevent a lot of people to put their money in. And that we've seen that happen before with JP Morgan. When they said Bitcoin was a scam, everyone took their money out of Bitcoin, and it dropped thousands of dollars within an hour. Precious metals do have a more intrinsic value, so I feel like there is more stability there. But stuff like that still can influence the prices. We see it firsthand with what they did, how it affected the prices on the exchange. So on a social media standpoint, it could do the same. So that's just a fair warning that, not everything you see is always true. And just remember where you're staying focused at. Stay grounded. Remember why you're buying. Remember why you're selling. Be careful of panic selling too. Just because gold is at $1,410 right now doesn't mean mean it's going to jump down to $1,200 within next week. You know, it could keep appreciating. So that's something to consider. If you are thinking about selling all your gold, maybe just sell a little bit, sell a portion of it right now, and then see where the prices go. If it keeps going up, then sell a little bit more next month, or whenever that time frame is. But don't just make one huge sell off right away just because you see the prices start to appreciate, because you have to think logically, and it could keep going up. This could be a rally. It's summertime, so who knows? It really is impossible to predict this. When you see price predictions, there is an unknown factor where we don't know what's going to happen in the economy, or in the industry, that's going to also affect the prices. So that also has to be incorporated as well. So right now, my advice would just be to either trade your gold for silver right now, because you can get some free ounces of silver from it, or if you are going to sell, just sell off a little bit and then wait and see what the market does, or see what the prices do. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think my advice was sound, or do you think there's some other strategies that could be better? Also, make sure to like this video if you thought it was educational or entertaining at least. Make sure to subscribe if you already haven't, and also check out my other channel called Coin Conspiracy. I'm excited to start a new project. This was specifically drawn from just all the support on this channel, and I definitely want to turn that into something as well, whether it's a website, whether it's a coin shop, a bullion store. I don't know yet, but I'm going to do something with it. So thank you guys for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I will see you guys soon. Peace.